Welcome back for another video, guys, and today we're going to be making some burgers, and more specifically we're going to be making some jalapeno popper burgers. I know the most popular and most used and overdone way of cooking duck meat is to wrap it in bacon with a jalapeno and cream cheese, slap it on the grill. I guarantee you there's more duck and goose meat cooked this way than any other recipe out there. And with these cooking videos, I've been trying to steer away from that. I want to show you guys different options that's better than just wrapping it in bacon and throwing it on the grill. And this one's, it's similar, but it's different. I'm going to show you guys how to grind your meat today. And I don't even have a meat grinder. I just use a food processor. So let's go ahead and get started on this. Okay, so it's very important to remember when you're grinding your own meat, you want everything to be cold. And so this blender here actually has a little food processor to it. So that makes things really handy. But we're gonna get to that here in a minute. I've got 1 pound of bacon and about probably 2.5 pounds of duck meat. So I only want to use half of this bacon, and I'm going to just use up all of this duck meat. And what I want to do is make sure it's all mostly frozen. The bacon is for sure frozen, but the duck meat, it's kind of soft. You can break it apart real easy. So that's important because you don't want it to be super frozen, otherwise the blades won't cut it. But you want it to be pretty solid still. You want it to be cold. When you're grinding your meat, you want everything to be cold. So we're gonna just kind of slice this up into little manageable sized pieces, and then we'll get to grinding it all. Okay, we've got all of our chunks of meat done. Now we just gotta slice this thing of bacon in half, and then we'll use that. Okay, so now we got our bacon. I don't know if we're gonna need more than this or not. Kind of unsure, but we'll slice this up as well. Here we've got about half a pound of bacon and about 2 pounds of duck meat. You guys can kind of mix it up however you want. I might end up adding more bacon to this later. Just depends on how lean I want it to be. But I don't have a scale, so I have no clue the exact weight of any of this. I just kind of assumed, kind of just feeling it out. But what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of duck meat, throw it in there, take some bacon, put it in there, mix it up. When you use a food processor to grind your meat, you want to make sure it's a little bit chunky. You don't want to just run it the whole time until it's like a paste. That's no good. You want to just kind of take your time, pulse it a little bit until it's chunked up enough. Then you can take it out, dump it in a bowl, sift through it, find the bigger chunks, and throw that back in there until you get a nice grind. It's not going to look like it came out of a grinder and those nice little neat ribbons. I'll show you guys what it kind of looks like. Okay, like I said, this is all nice and cold. I had this in the freezer, getting it ready for this. So we're gonna just take, I don't know, probably a few chunks of bacon. It's gonna add some fat to it, which is what we really want, is to add fat, because duck meat's pretty lean. I'm gonna work in pretty small batches here, and then we'll see how it goes. It's always better to kind of start small than to overfill it. You need a little room for it to work. So we'll go ahead and close this up here. I assume it's on there right, and we'll start grinding it. Okay, so if you guys can see that there, it's pretty coarsely chopped. I think I'll stop there and kind of see how there's like a bigger chunk in there. I'll pull that out and save that for later. But I'll dump it into this bowl here, and then we'll take a look at it and see if there's any other chunks. That's about what I want to go for there. Nice and kind of coarsely chopped. As it thaws out, it'll get a little bit stickier and really work well together. So yeah, there's a nice little bigger chunk there. But for the most part, it's pretty evenly chopped. And then once I get it all done, I kind of like to run it through one last time, just real quick, and get it all mixed together really well. So once again, throw some bacon, some duck meat. Here's kind of what it all looks like when it's all ground up. I'm gonna just kind of take a minute to kind of mix it up a little bit, see how the consistency is, and then You know, it's feeling pretty good. It's nice and chopped up. It's ground and there's fat integrated in there, nice and good. There might be some bigger chunks of bacon, but you know, that's okay. And yeah, this looks pretty good. We could probably make some really nice burgers. It all depends on how you like your meat ground up, but that's pretty much the basics of meat grinding. So I just recently started grinding meat like this, and it never really crossed my mind to do it. I've done this in the past where I take about 30-70 beef, so like the really fatty ground beef, grind it up with a pound of duck meat, so it's about 50-50 mixed. And you can do that for like hamburger helper, spaghetti, really anything that you would use hamburger for. You can just do it, mix it with duck meat and whatever. I figured bacon would be a good fit for this recipe since, you know, we're making jalapeno popper burgers, so bacon's a pretty big part of that. And it looks like we're probably 15% fat in this, is what I would say. What do you guys think? Leave in the comments. What do you guys think the percentage of this is? I have to go to work, so it's only about 1 o'clock right now. I'm gonna throw this in the fridge, and then we are gonna make burgers tonight when I get home from work. So pretty quick and easy. I hope you guys learned how to grind your meat. Just remember, everything needs to be cold, and you want things to be semi-frozen, mostly frozen, so like 85% frozen when you grind. So pretty easy. Not a lot of people know you can do it with a food processor. You don't need to buy a $100 grinder when you have a food processor. So there you go. There's our hamburger for tonight. I'm probably gonna bag some of this up. I don't need this much meat right now. I only need a couple of patties for tonight, so I'll save these for later. There's probably a few different ways to do this, and this is just an idea that I came up with. I've never made jalapeno duck popper burgers ever before, so I figured I'd try it for the first time with you guys. An idea that I came up with was that I want to gut these jalapenos. I'm going to grill them up, then bring them in here, dice them, and mix them with some cream cheese, and then we'll grill some bacon and put that on top of the burger as well. So we're getting kind of all the elements of the jalapeno popper all on that burger. So I'm going to go ahead and clean these jalapenos up, and then, oh, I don't want that knife. And then we'll grill them and mix it up, and then we'll make the burgers. I guess while we're waiting for the grill to finish getting all ready to go, we'll make our patties here. We've got our ground meat. I took a lot of it and put it in the freezer for another time. But let's go ahead and grab some of this. It's pretty soft. But we'll make a couple patties out of this here. It is really soft, actually. We'll do this one. I might toss these in the freezer real quick to get them a little stiffer. They're real wet. Don't know if that's just because the way the meat is, or if there's water in it from when I froze it. There's a lot of factors in there. But let's go ahead. We'll toss those in the freezer real quick to let them set up before we grill them. I'd hate for these things to fall apart on the grill, so we'll just go ahead and toss them in the freezer real quick. We'll just go ahead and toss the jalapenos down. Get them cooked up. Just like that. We'll give them a little flip here. Uh-oh. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Just getting them charred up a little bit. I'm trying to encompass every part of a jalapeno popper into this burger. Even cooked jalapenos. Okay, these burgers set up really good. I'm gonna go ahead and throw down a couple strips of bacon that we're gonna top these burgers off with. Okay, these burgers did set up pretty good. So we'll go ahead and lay those down here. There we go. We're cooking. Okay, let's see if we can give these guys a flip. Oh, they're squishy. Okay, maybe that was just a bit early. This one is falling apart currently. Just trying to scoop it back together as best as we can. Ooh. This might be a fail. This might just very well be a pretty big fail. Maybe I should use beef instead of bacon. I don't know. We'll keep trying. I'm not gonna flip this one yet. Okay. Well, we just made ground beef on a freaking grill, so. Or ground duck. Whatever. I freaking tried here, guys. I tried. Well, you know what? These might not be the prettiest patties in the world, but they're getting cooked. It's working. Somewhat. I don't know, maybe I should have like done an egg and like breadcrumbs, but I don't have any breadcrumbs. That probably would have held it together better. I don't really know why it's falling apart like it is. Maybe I ground it too much. Beats me. There's a whole lot of factors that could go into this that I'm just really not so sure about. Maybe it's just because I use bacon instead of like beef or something. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas to why these are falling apart, leave it down below. My guess is there was too much water in the meat when I ground it, because I rinse my breasts off and I throw them in a bag with a little bit of water on there to help them freeze up and like stay good for as long as possible. So that could probably have something to do with it. I don't know. They're falling apart. And whatever. I'm going to try and get whatever I can, slap it on a bun with this, and it's probably going to taste okay. At least I hope so. We'll find out. I guess while those burgers are finishing up cooking and falling apart on the grill, we'll just go ahead and make this, we'll cut up the jalapenos, mix it with the cream cheese, and make this spread for the burger. Well, ground beef on a bun. More like a sloppy burger. Is that a thing? We'll make it a thing. It's a sloppy burger. I did one too many jalapenos, I think. I guess we'll just mix this up as best as we can. There we go. We got our little spread. I'm kind of thinking I want to crumple up the bacon and put it in there, but we'll just leave it in strips. These done yet? Probably about as done as they can be. Let's see if we can recover whatever we can here. You know, this smells really good. I'm sure it'll taste good. I just realized I forgot to put salt and pepper in the meat, but oh well. We'll use the crappy patty. We're making crappy patties. SpongeBob joke for all you guys. There you go. Then we'll take some of this cream cheese and jalapeno spread. We want a lot of that on there. I love cream cheese. You ain't American if you don't like cream cheese. Let's be real here. We'll take a couple strips of bacon, slap that on top of there. Bam. Okay. Now time for number two. Number two is just a little bit prettier. I'll put that out there. There we go. I want this to just give me a heart attack. And we'll take the rest of the bacon, put that on there. Bam! That looks good. Now it's time for the best part. Eating it. I don't know how crappy this is gonna be or how really good it's gonna be. I guess we'll find out here. Let's eat the crappy one first. For how big of a fail this was with like forming the patties and getting them to stay together, this tastes really good. With how easy it is to make and how little ingredients you need, I recommend you guys give this a try. All you need is either a meat grinder or a food processor, and you can make this any night of the week. It's so easy. Bacon, jalapenos, cream cheese, duck meat, hamburger buns. That's all I use today. I would give this 2 thumbs up, and I would eat this probably 3 times a week if I could. I think there's a lot of people that don't know you can just grind your duck meat and make a whole bunch of different things out of it. So I've made spaghetti sauce with meat in it, made out of duck meat. So There's a whole lot of uses for grinding it, and it goes beyond just making burgers. Let me know what you guys think of this recipe. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna give it a try. Let me know if there's things you would add to this for the next time that I do it. And also let me know why my burgers are falling apart. I think it's a water thing, and because I probably didn't form the patties enough, but you know, you win some and you lose some. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave me a thumbs up. It means a lot when you guys do that, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You guys can follow me on my social media. I've got a Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Follow me on there and stay up to date with what's going on. But that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys give this a try. It tastes really good. And I'll catch you on the next one.